Hello, everybody. Surprise! I'm on impromptu. Ignore the mess back that way. I just thought I'd come on and just have a chit chat with you guys. I know this is impromptu and Rosemary's on, but I thought I'd come on and tell you what I did today. I just was not up to a midday live. Sorry. And hi, Kathy. Hi, Beth. And I got to looking. I've got piles of fabric here and there. So I started by attacking one of the piles. So I'll show you what I put together. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Sharon. And I have been watching Detective Joe on YouTube, and I just let him play while I crochet and work around. Tippy's checking out the pile of fabric in my chair, thinking I'd like to get on that. So what did I do today? I grabbed the first pile of fabric. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Mexican food. Hi, Mary Lou. So the first pile of fabric, and I also utilized offcuts of batting that were in a drawer over there, and the I can't remember what it's called. It's got the crinkly foil stuff in it for pot holders. And I've put together, they've got clips on them because I'll do all the quilting on these and then I'll bind them. So I've got a bunch of these like this. So there's 4 with the old-timey tea kettles, and then on the back is just a green floral that I had. And I've got those done, and then I did some with green, more of the green, and this beautiful bird print that was a remnant from Joann's a while ago. And so there's 4 of those as well. And what I was planning to do is make them as a set of 2. I did make some bias tape to go around the outside edge as well. And that's right here of the green tape. And I just made this bias tape myself to go around the outside. Tippy, stop. They've been aggravating me to death today. So the next pile of fabric hasn't been cut out yet. And I need to check before I tell you guys this for certain, but if it's still available for free, I will put a link to it. It's the covers like this for the sewing machines that have a pocket on the side. I want to make one that doesn't have a pocket for my serger, and I want to make another one kind of like this for my new Singer machine. So this is going to be for the Singer. And this is fabric that's been in my stash. And then for my serger, I have this piece. So I'll have all sewing themed. I would have loved to have found more of this fabric because it's got cats on it. But I bought that at Joann's when I worked there. And that's been 15 years now, I think, since I worked at Joann's. So that's a project. I've been crocheting, and they have released mystery number 5. So I have that printed off. So after I finish working on another project, I'll come back to this. But this is the mystery so far and how it's coming along. Janet Nash had asked how big it was. It's about 24 inches across right now. And when it's finished, it's going to be like 63 inches. So this is a size 2 yarn, and it's really small. Isn't it turning out pretty? And I'm using I'm like I said, I'm not using the expensive yarn. I'm just using that big twist yarn from Joann's. So there's that project on the hook. And then I have to hide this one in the drawer because of CATs. But I printed this one off from Yarnspirations. It's this pretty shawl right here. And it's worked rectangular. But here's another picture of it. And the name of the pattern is Delicate Shells Crochet Shawl. And that is on Yarnspirations. And you use Red Heart yarn. It's a wrap. And this is the It's a Wrap. And these are the colors. And what I'm going to do is when I get to the point of finishing the row 6, I need to finish a second row 4. I'm going to squirt him with a squirt gun. I have to finish. You work a second row 4 after you work row 5. They make you step back. But when I'm done with one more row after that, then you switch to the mesh section. It's hard to see, but there's like a mesh in the middle part. What I'm going to do is once I get the row and a part of a row done, I'm going to cut this free and I'm going to wind off the rest of this light blue and make a ball with it, a small ball. And then after, I'll reattach when I get to the teal. And then keep going until it returns to the other side of the shawl. So mine will go from the aquamarine and then to the teal and the brown, and then it'll go back to the aquamarine. I guess that's what that color is. But the name of the color on the wrapper is Action. And so far, this is what I have. And again, this is a size 2 yarn. But I think it's going to be really pretty. Let me get the end where I'm partway through. So that's the edge so far. This is where you start down here, and I'm working up here. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like when I get done, but we'll see. It's coming along, and it is quite long. That's what takes the time. To get to the other end takes me an hour or more from one end to the next because it's a size 2 and I'm using a size G hook. Both of these projects use a G hook. So I've got that. And after I finish that wrap, I also had printed this one off, but I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. Again, I might take a break from the size 2 yarn and work with something else for a while, like a 4-ply, because size 2, for anybody that doesn't crochet, size 2 is half of a 4. So it's very small. It's like using thread. But this pattern is called Side to Side Crocheted Shawl. And again, it's from the Yarnspirations Red Heart. And it uses It's a Wrap Rainbow. It only take, I have more of this It's a Wrap yarn in my stash. So I'll make this later. And it uses a smaller hook. It uses a size F hook for this particular shawl. But I noticed also that there are a lot of people making prayer shawls. If you want interesting, pretty easy to follow patterns, check out the Yarnspirations Red Heart site. They're free. You just print them off. What else? I've got this stack of fabric over there. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I've got things separated. The stack in the chair is for things for myself. I'm working on the things for others in a way. The fabric for myself is actually for clothes. So this pile is Project Dress a Girl. It is quite the challenge, Kathy. I'm having quite the challenge with the size 2. Just looking at chat. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Kathy. So let me show you what I have. And I think I'm going to pull out the pattern that I used the first year of Project Dress a Girl. Let me grab it. These are all the patterns I've pulled aside and put them in their own box. These are all patterns I feel I could make Project Dress a Girl with. And if you look at my Trello site where I put all my patterns in, I've actually gone in and color coded with a label under the patterns. And if you look at the picture of them, I took a pink highlighter and just put a pink line on it. Let me see if I can find the one. I love this one. I want to use this one. That's the one I used this last year. Let's see if I can find that other one. I'm going to pull out a couple of these. I'm wondering if I have it somewhere else. No, there it is. If you can find this one, it's a really old pattern. This pattern is from 1999. But if you check on, there's like a pattern site where you can go and buy used patterns. If you can find this one, it's McCalls 2004 from 1999. This pattern is perfect for Project Dress a Girl. There's no closures. You don't have to replace zippers with a tie or anything. You can just use this one out of the thing, out of the envelope. And it has little regular patch pockets, or it has the pattern for the heart pockets. So this one's one I'll definitely use. This one is also one I definitely use because it's super easy. It's Simplicity 9020. This one I got thrifting. This one came out in 1994. So these are two that I would definitely look for if you're planning to do Project Dress a Girl. There's another one that I just recently picked up thrifting here that I think will be perfect as well. I will have to replace a button at the back with just ties. They don't want anything that could break off or anything, because the mother might not have a needle and thread to sew a button back on. So they ask that you always use ties and don't use ribbon. Use fabric because ribbon doesn't stay tied. They got a bunch of, guidelines. But this one I think would be really cute. And if you have a little girl that has an 18-inch doll, the 18-inch doll pattern is in here as well. And this is Simplicity 1379 from trying to find out when it was put out. 2014. So those are 3 patterns I think are really good, and I'll put them in the description box. I'm gonna put these right at the front of my bin, and then these are the fabrics. These will be combined in a dress. This is really purple. It's not blue, it's purple. And then these I got as out of the remnant bin. And I thought I got them on the same day and they all really kind of coordinate. So I thought I could like mix and match them and, do the sleeves in one print, maybe in the yokes in a different, and just mix them up. So these were remnants. And when you get remnants that kind of matchy, you can make your dresses with a different fabric for like the skirt and the yoke and the sleeves. And then you end up with something really fun and you've used remnants, just little pieces. And then there's this, I got thrifting. It really looks kind of Halloweeny and not, but I thought those could be fun mixed together, this print and the polka dotted. This one I'm going to shop my stash and see if I've got some more that's kind of in these reds and mix these. I want to make some fun dresses this year, and I want to make sure I'm also using up some of my lace and trims kind of things. And then I've got this pink with this sloth material, and those two together I think would be real pretty. So tomorrow I'm going to be cutting these out. Whatever I can get out of these, I need to hold these out, and I'll go shop my stash real quick before I go to bed tonight. So when I get up in the morning, what I'll do is I'll layer a couple fabrics and cut out 2 dresses at once. I'll take and go get something to go with those. So that's the plan for this fabric. Let me see what you guys are saying. Cheryl says, my aunt made me a bright yellow dress when I was 5 with daisies on it. I thought on this is a California dress, LOL, because that was my home. Aw. I got the sloth fabric at Joann's. I have like jars of buttons over there that are done by Rainbow. So I've got a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. I don't have indigo separate. The blue is blue. I've got all kinds of stuff like that. And I've got the trims by the yard, that have like a little rose every once in a while. I'm telling you, I've got to use the stash up. So I want to do my sewing machine covers, and I want to do the Project Dresser Girl, and I want to finish the pot holders definitely sometime this week. So tomorrow I'll probably be sewing during Craft and Chat in Anne's group. Yeah, I'm going to try my best because last year, if you remember, I got really sick right before Project Dress a Girl, and I felt bad because I only sent in, I think, 4 or 5 dresses last year. And the first year I made 15 in a month. But last year, whatever, I don't know. This last year, I seem to catch everything. You have your sister sewing dresses too? That's awesome. That's awesome. I think Maddie ended up with like over 3,000 dresses last year. I have other plans, but this is enough for this week. And I needed to check and see if Closet Core is where I had the pattern. I got it for free. I think I had to sign up for the newsletter to get it free for the sewing machine covers that have the pocket on the side. I like the pockets on the side of it because you can put your current project in the pocket. I don't even know what's in that pocket on there right now. A bunch of stuff. It's kind of a catch-all. Hi, Kathy D. Oh, Yes, I know exactly which one you're talking about, Pam, too. I'm never making another one of those. I don't care. Oh, I just could not believe how much work that one and it was I mean, I think I made a size 3 T, and it was like, "This is taking so long." The 3 patterns that I shared with you guys, I can do, like, 3 of those dresses in an hour if they're all cut out and I just use white thread and just run it through. Um, or if I cut out a bunch of dresses, I'll put like all the red dresses together, all the yellow, and so on. That way I can do multiple dresses, do the same seams each time, just run them through, do the next step on all 3, run them through. So, yeah, once you get everything cut out, running it through the machine is the quick part. Provided you don't have to slow down to do gathering or anything. But I do want to add some ruffles to some of the dresses as well because I just like ruffles myself. Oh, I did do something else, but I'll share that in another video. Let's see. I'm seeing everybody I missed today. Well, I had nose down with that size 2 yarn. Oh, my son. I'll watch that later because I'm sure it's something that'll blast my head off. Is my sister running again? Oh, nope. She spied a newt in the pond this morning. Okay. I see I've missed some things from Carol today on Facebook as well. Well, any questions? Anything you guys want to chit chat about? My sunflowers that came up underneath the bird feeder, just right outside the window here, they're starting to bloom. And I'm enjoying watching them. I had to give them a little water though. It keeps looking like it's going to rain here and then it just passes right on over us. It was a tent dress that we were given free to use. And it looked like it would be real simple, but it wasn't. And the neck opening was really small. And I had to come up with a way to add some ties to it and make that neck open up. Because, once a baby gets past being a tiny baby, they get these big heads. They get their adult sized heads before their body grows into it. And so they're top heavy, and that neck opening was like this big, and I just, yeah. You saw a newt today too? I guess that pond, little pool that she was talking about was at the University of South Carolina. Yes, variegated thread. That's a good idea too, Kathy. And then you have a fun thread. No, I think it was my sister, Rhonda. Let me see. I'm sure I saw Rhonda's name. Do, do, do. Of course, now I'm not going to see it. When you want to find something and you can't. Lots of pictures of her running. Well, maybe it was you, Kathy. Maybe I just saw my sister's name. So maybe it was Kathy's newt. Because I don't see it on Rhonda's page now. I bet it was Kathy's. Oh, wow. She said they went to a poke place, which is, a bowl that has like rice and fish and stuff in it. And they got a frozen dessert. And she asked them how much it would be to put a little chocolate and some nuts on it. Well, just the plain stuff in the little dessert cup was $4.95. And when Rhonda had asked how much it would be for the toppings to be added, they said, "Oh, that's $14.99." Rhonda was like, "No, thanks. How can you add $10 for a few drizzles of chocolate and some nuts? That is crazy." So, Kathy, I'm sorry. That's Kathy's newt, not my sister's. It doesn't take a lot of yarn. Are you asking how much for one hat, or are you asking if I have yarn set aside for Lizzie's hat project? It's less than a skein of yarn for one hat, so I can usually get 2 hats. Do you want to come say hello? I'm just chit-chatting with them.
I'm afraid I'm making too much noise.
No, you're not. But no, I can get a couple hats out of a skein. Duck down, say hi.
Duck down, say hi.
Duck down. Duck, duck.
Howard.
Oh, Kathy's got to go. She's got to eat her Mexican food.
So you used the quilting star.
Yes, I did. Scott fixed my quilting star. I ought to share that with them, show them what he made the piece that we cannot order anymore. And he made it out of metal.
It's kind of ugly, but it
looks fine. He painted it white. You can't even tell it doesn't belong on the machine.
So I used a piece of shafting that I salvaged out of an old printer and notched it to fit in, engage into the turning mechanism. And then I had to make a center post that locates it. And then I had to make a handle for it.
Yeah. And it works great.
Yeah.
I pulled it out to make buttonholes because my brand new sewing machine is so dang temperamental. It will not, when you put your button in the back, you're supposed to pull that little thing back and then push it back. It won't stay back. You pull it down, you push it back, and it comes forward. Well, it won't do the buttonhole. It just stays in one place and just tacks to the moon unless I hold it back. It just drives me crazy. Yeah, nuts are crazy expensive. $10 worth for walnuts. Oh my gosh. Pam's going to be making some more hanging towels. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have a video where I made a hat live in less than it was about an hour because I was given an instruction, but I can usually do it one hat in about 30 to 45 minutes. Once I'm doing them constantly. Now Howard's aggravating the door because we spoke to him. Oh, your internet's bad. I have some terry cloth that I had bought to do burp cloths with, put some terry cloth on one side and some nice flannel on the other. But then I got to thinking about sometimes terry gives off those little pieces and that could choke a baby. So I just changed my mind on that. So I need to use that for something else, I think. Or what I could do is I could put it in a burp cloth like you would use batting, so it would have flannel on either side. and I could seal it inside so it would still be there to absorb, but it wouldn't have a way for the baby to get little pieces off from it. I'll have to think about that. Kathy, I'll put it down below for you. I'll go look for it. It's like it was a Sunday afternoon and I was bored, I think, and I came on and I made a hat. Once you get the crown of the hat done, any crochet stitch that you want to go out and learn, a hat is a good way to learn some crochet stitches. You just have to pay attention when you go to select a stitch that you have the right number going around the crown of the hat. Like if the stitch requires a repeat in 3, so a repeat of 3, so you'd have to have something that was divisible by 3 to get all the way around the hat evenly, or 2 or 4 or whatever it is. You just have to make sure it's equally divisible around your hat. And I do have another project in mind. I want to get these 2 crochet projects done, but then I want to do a pink and black Afghan, and that one I might sell. So I need to get with Lori because she's told me she'd help me with pricing on things because she's got kind of a formula she uses. So I need to get with her on that. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Joyce. But I have bowls. I have some bowls that I could put up and out there if anybody wants a bowl. They're not big bowls, the ones I have. Let me show you. I don't have prices for these. I'll just show you the bowls and then I'll share the bowls with pricing later. I think I've already shared these, but I can give you the measurements on them. This bowl is about 18 inches around and 5 inches tall. So it's 18 inches around and 5 inches tall. So there's that one, and it's got some different yarns because I use scrappy yarns. And then these 2 bowls were part of my original. This is not the right color in the picture. It's more green. These 2 bowls I had offered up for sale before. I think I have them written down in here so that these I could tell you. Let's see. Oh, maybe I don't have them. Nope, here it is. So the jade and black bowl I said would be $19.50, but that includes the $10 for shipping. It's 19 inches around by 5. And that's the palm of my hand. And then this one is the yellow and orange with a lip. I had this one at $27. And it is, but I might adjust these prices. This one's 24 inches around and only 4 inches deep. So this would be good for like scraps and stuff. And you can see it has a fat lip on the top edge, and it's got some pretty decorative bit here. So I might work on my pricing a little bit. I'm going to get with Lori. And then these I don't have measured. This one I whipped up, and it was just some of the yarns that I had rolled into balls. And I think it was week before last, I just whipped this up in like no time during craft and chat one day. And Ann was like, "You made that already?" This one is, 19 and a quarter by about 3 inches. It's just a little basket. It's hard to believe it's 19 inches all the way around that, but that's what the measuring tape says. And then there's this one that's got, like I did for Dee Dee. And I like to do my where they connect so it looks, it's hard to show you what that looks. See there, you can see it. This is the chain one, and it makes this interesting pattern at the side. And this here is where I've done a stitch on the side of a double crochet. You go on the side of it. So you do it on the upright. So I did a row of double crochet, and then I worked in the side of it. And then on the next row, I worked in the top of it to get me back toward the center. And that one is about 5 inches tall. I should be writing this down so I don't have to measure them again later. And to get around it is about 20 inches. That one's a nice size basket. And then the last one I have is this one here. And it's purple and blue. And it is 3.5 inches tall by, it's like I need a third hand. If I look at it sternly, maybe it'll behave. About 23 inches around. So that's that one. I want to make some square ones. Maybe I'll do one of those up so that they're cubish. I want to make them real sturdy. I love this one that I made for myself here because it's like 2 fat yarns plus a small one. It was like a ribbon yarn that's got the bling in it. See how it's got the shiny bits? And then I added a flower with what remained. And I got a project in there too going on. So those are the baskets I have. And I'll figure out pricing on those. So you love the last one, the purple and blue. I have also over here, I made dishcloths. And I've showed you guys the dishcloths before, but I was going to show you how I wanted to present them. See, I made them into like little sushi rolls. Just rolled them up and tied them with a string. And I've got 4 of those. And those are, I really like to make my own dishcloths. But see, if you put like 4 or 5 of them in a basket like this, that would make a great bridal shower gift, I think, or a gift for a teacher. You're making a set for your daughter of the dishcloths? Yes, they do. They go quick. Baskets and dishcloths. I need a sip of tea. Sorry. I have lots of ideas. I just stink at pricing my own goods. Because I always figure nobody wants to pay what my time is worth. I have not gotten to making the cat bed. I really need that fat blanket yarn. I keep looking at the thrift store, hoping I'll come across some or find it on clearance somewhere really cheap. Because I would probably need one of the really huge balls, or if I want it to be nice and sturdy, I would need two and work them together so that it would actually just stand up. I need to make notes of the things you guys are telling me. Cat bed. Because sometimes my brain is like a sieve. I'll see what I can find. Is there a particular color combination I should be looking for? Scott's watching something with old-timey trains. I think that's all I have to share. I'll be in Ann's Craft and Chat tomorrow, and I'm thinking of joining Brenda at Conquering Mount Scrapmore on Saturday. I think she's having a sewing session. Is Saturday the 13th? Is that right? Because tomorrow's the 11th, and it's our 38th wedding anniversary. And yeah, so that would be Saturday. That's not too bad of a price, but I've got this thing about I don't want to pay more than $2 at the thrift store for it's my thing. I'll pay up to $5 for real wool, but acrylic, $2 a skein. And the other day, I kid you not, they had those teeny tiny little skeins and they wanted like $5. And I'm like, I can buy it in the store for $5. You guys are a second-hand store. Thank you. We've actually been together over 39, but we don't talk about the year of shacking up, as my mother-in-law calls it. Are we playing? Tippy's acting like he got his feelings hurt. He's sitting over there. Let me get him. He's looking pitiful. Is Howard being crazy? Come here. You didn't do anything. You were just wanting to be in the other room. Get you over here so you can say hi. And Nettie's not even in the audience, so she can't see you. This is Tippy. He's your baby. Yeah, a little bit. Hi, buddy. You're okay. Howie's got the zoomies. This is the one that he likes this. Don't you? None of the others will let me hold them like that. He's your baby. So I think that's it. And I'm going to go shop my stash for more red fabrics to go with this red that I have here. I told Scott, I said, I need to make one of those baby slings. There's a lady on that does reels, and she puts her cat in one of those. I said, Tippy would let me do that. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go see if I can find all the links for everything that I talked about, and hopefully I won't forget something. And if I do, if you guys could remind me in the chat below the video. Comments, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'll see some of you tomorrow in Ann Lars Art Hangout for our Craft and Chat Day. Take care. Good night.